ain't here to fuck about. We really ain't here. Really ain't here to. Oh shit. What we saying, boys? What we saying? We saying, boys? Oh, my shot. We saying, chat. We know what we're looking for. Can you hear me? Yeah. What you saying, Abdullah? Brian, what you saying? I don't wanna win. What we saying, chat? What we saying, boys? What we saying? I don't wanna win. Morning, boys. Let me just send the announcement in real quick. Let me send the announcement in, boys. Audio is fuzzy. There's static in the mic. Oh shit. What about now? Is it sweet? But it's still doing it, isn't it? Shit, boy. This needs to fix up, bro. Is it still fucked, chat? Morning, boys, morning. Is the mic still fuzzy? Yeah, there is, isn't it? Yo, chat, what's the mic saying? Is the mic still bugging, or? Let me know, chat, if the mic's working or if it's still bugging out. Any you short from that older block you got marked? Nice, bro. Mic sounds okay. Now I'm talking about on the TikTok or YouTube, bro. Not that bad. Not that bad. Not that bad. Alright, it's kind of peaked though. Mic's intact. Is it still? That's jarring now. Don't rate it. Oh, bro. I think it's bad. Oh, bro, that's fucked. I think this mic's actually fucked. How do I clear it out, chat? How do I sort this? How do I sort this out, chat? Please, what time frame? This is GU on the 30-minute, bro. It says in the bottom right. You need a new mic. How do I actually fix it though? Or do I have to just get a new mic? 2 6, please. All good getting your voice. Oh, it's just a static though. It definitely sounds jarring, doesn't it? That does sound. Try rotating the input jack thing. Is that better? Boom, I think it's fixed. I think that's fixed. Mike and TikTok's fine. Yeah, no, I'm talking about YouTube, bro. I think it's working. I've cushed it. I think that's fixed it. Alright, boom, it's been fixed. Alright, let's go. Fucking hell. Alright, sweet. Everyone drop a like on the stream, boys. Let's get this live out. Let's get this live out. It's fixed. Boom. Let's go. Fixed good. Sick. Sick, sick. Alright. Right, we're all good. We're all fixed, chat. What we saying then? What we saying, chat? Everyone let me know what you men are looking at in the markets. Let me know what you're looking for. What pairs you're trading. Can you add me to the WhatsApp? Yeah, no worries, bro. I'll add you to the WhatsApp, brother. Add you to the WhatsApp, bro. Let me know what pairs we're looking at, boys. Actually, as we said, JPY was kind of looking like I wanted to move to the upside, which is what it's done. Epo rather than. I think you asked that question kind of wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I think you low-key fucked that up. Alarm set on the JPY doing what you said about the. We back. Right, I think. Right, I think it's working, chat. I think it's working. It's really fucked the live though, 30 man. All right, there we go. That's gonna be the best that it does. I'll be real. I think it's fixed anyway. But yeah, what we saying, chat? Everyone double tap the screen. Everyone double tap the screen. I'm gonna resend the announcement in just because I think a lot of people didn't see it. because of the mic. So give me 2 secs, boys. Send the announcement back in. Right, everyone drop a like on the stream. Let's get this live out there. There's only 45 man in here right now. We normally do minimum 150. So let's get some more man in this live stream right now, boys. I've just resent in the announcement, so we should get some more people in. Yeah, the views are jumping up already. So, boys, everyone double tap the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, everyone double tap the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, then everyone drop a like on the fucking stream right now, boys. And let's get into the chart. So, yeah, I am looking at sales on EUGU. Along with what my bias was, basically. The whole of last week is we wanted this market to start buying up off of this fair value gap, which is exactly what it did. You can see prices now starting to, well, not even starting to, has pretty much moved there. Distributed, what, like 80% of the way there. So we just want that next little move higher. If we look at the 4 hour, price has actually tapped into this 4 hour order block right here. So price has tapped into that and then it's starting to push higher. So I do want it to break this high. And therefore we are looking for buyers on the DXY. Same thing on EU really. Let me, if I get rid of these, weekly lines. These are quite decent though, but just to see the market. But yeah, so again on the 4 hour, we're coming off of this order block on EU. So we want to distribute down to this external low, which is our main target. This low here. We've still got quite a bit of room to actually trade into on EU, which is nice. We've got about 90 pips to actually come down to. Has this vape just run out of me as well? That can't be my good one. Let's get some more man in here, boys. We need more than 45 man in this fucking lab. Need more man in this live right now. When you rather look for short on GU than EU. I mean, it doesn't massively matter because they're both led by the dollar. But yeah, I would rather look at GU. Would rather look at GU. New York session's been moving crazy. Nice. Boys, everyone drop a like on this vid. I want everyone to drop a like on this vid. Everyone needs to drop a like on this vid real quick. Same thing for this though, chat. You can see we tapped into this 4 hour order block pretty nicely. Nice manipulation candle as well, giving us not CRT down to the actual tick, but nice basically CRT-like pattern where we've clearly tried to push higher from this candle. Couldn't do it. All we did was mitigate the order block and then we're moving down. So should really just see this distribution move continue and really looking for the exact same thing on GU. GU's coming down from this 8 hour order block. You can see there. So we want to come down from this order block to this external low right here. So our main target's going to be here. And we're going to be looking at sells. GU obviously has way less room to actually distribute down. Only about 20 more pips to actually come down. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at, chat. That's what I'm looking at. EU looks like it's definitely got more chance of actually tapping in as well. Bro, I need to get these views up. There's actually dead ass 35 people in this YouTube stream. 29 people, you actually taking the piss. On our fucking London stream. Shit, chat, did we fall off? Well, we couldn't have. We got more likes than fucking views right now. It must just be bugging. Have we put the announcement? No notification for YouTube today. Oh, you lot didn't get notified. That's probably why, you know. Should I rerun it or should I might as well just keep it in it? We do an Insta story. We do an Insta story, chat. Gonna have to try and get these views up, boys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not staying on live to 30 people. Respectfully, I'd rather just jump in with the mentor students. Everyone drop a like on the stream, boys. Let's get the Instagram. Let's get the Instagram work going. Let's get the Insta work. Come on then, bro. Why is it taking so long to upload? Mate, please upload. Instagram story, for some reason, chat, take so long to upload. Like, more than any other app for some reason. So long to upload. Yeah, people saying they didn't get notifications. It's jarring, boys. We got fucking literally like the bare numbers today. YouTube tested you today, trust me. Now it's because you're on later, so all the melt's gone to watch some random people, I bet. Oh, fairs. They need to get it in now the fucking main man's live. Now the main one's live, chat. But yeah, boys, let me know what you man are seeing in the markets. Anyone looking at buyers? We are at a decent order block, so people might be looking at buyers, to be fair. Getting a job in sales soon. Sadly, won't be able to join the lives anymore since my working hours will change. Oh, no, bro. Bro's joining the Matrix. Fair play, fair play. It's good, though, getting a job in sales, bro. Hopefully you're still sort of able to trade the London session. I mean, that's the good thing. You can actually trade London while you're at a job. Just got to look at it in the morning, set your levels, and just wait. Morning, bro. Great week for us. Trust me, brother. It's going to be a great week this week. The markets are fully in distribution mode. What about a Bitcoin? Bitcoin's holding up decently, but I do think price will eventually move a little bit lower. I should really not be banging the mic. Current status in. Alright, cool. But yeah, I do want to see Bitcoin continue to drop a little bit for a few months. As I've been saying for ages, around November I'll actually start to be thinking about buying Bitcoin. It's quite interesting that the actual war in Iran has caused Bitcoin to basically remain in price and not continue distributing. Main reason for that is that not even a reason people would think as well, but Bitcoin mining is the cheapest in Iran. It's the cheapest place to mine Bitcoin, and obviously they've been bombing the shit out of their power grid, so they can no longer mine it, which makes it the general market dearer to actually mine Bitcoin, because they keep bombing the power plants of the cheapest place to mine it. So actually quite interesting, that one there. But yeah, that's why I think Bitcoin's had a bit of a, I wouldn't say recovery, but it's actually just held its price for a bit. I do think eventually that will be broken. I don't think this is going to hold and reverse personally. Chat. GU's obviously the pound's obviously a lot stronger than the euro at the moment. Sorry, weaker than the euro. Fuck me. Pound's obviously a lot weaker than the euro, which is why it's distributing down on EU. What did you say? Looking at buys right now on EU. I'll be looking at sells, bro. I'm looking at sells on EU. I'm looking at sells on EU, brother. $35 man on this stream, bro. Holy shit. Do I even continue the live? Or do I just jump off now? I'll continue the live. We'll continue the live, boys. Remember, if you're actually in here, you're going to be learning way quicker than all these beans that have gone somewhere else. I mean, I was late on today, so fair enough, but... What's your bias on DXY for the day? Bullish on the DXY, bro. Bullish long term on the dollar on the higher time frame. Bro, what do you think about a long term short for Bitcoin and long for PAX G BTC? PAX G, what the fuck? PAX G BT, that sounds like... Oh, PAX G... Oh, PAX... What the fuck? PAX G against Bitcoin. What's... PAX Gold. What is PAX Gold? What is PAX Gold? I mean, I don't really know what it is, bro, so I can't really tell you about long or short. Does look more bearish than bullish, though, bro. Right now, so we're kind of coming up a little bit now. We do have quite a long way to come up, but actually, to be fair, on the euro, we really don't. 13 pips is massively doable. There's obviously going to be a lot of inducement off of this order block here as well. A lot of people are going to be looking to buy from this order block, which hopefully can deliver a little bit. And then we can eventually sell off. We are here, man. Come on, bro. Come on, brother. Bro, no one got a notification for the live. It must be. There's no way 30 man in this live. That is not normal, chat. 30 man in the live's crazy, bro. I've never actually had this low of a view count on YouTube, ever. I've actually never been this low on YouTube. Normally, every day, it's a minimum 150. There's actually dead-ass 30 people. Not even 31, not even 32. Actually, 30 actual individual people. PAX G is a digital token where one token is backed by one fine troy ounce of physical gold stored in London vaults. It's quite a good idea, really, then. I mean, gold is bearish, so surely it's massively reliant upon the price of gold. And gold's a bit... I can't lie, no notifications for me. Just saw the Discord ping. I normally get them. Okay, yeah, I got one. Yeah, bare people didn't. Maybe some thought you weren't coming on live because of the time you went live. Yeah, potentially was that. I'm sure YouTube bugging. Yeah, we with you, fam. Come on. Yeah, I think it was a mixture of YouTube bugging out and then me actually jumping on late, so people actually then thought I weren't coming live at all. Hopefully they come on They should come on YouTube and see me live though, and start joining. We should get the numbers up at some point. Maybe what's DTO? DTO is the daily true open, bro. Mace was bare late today. Yeah, I did see Mace jump on a little bit later on the pre-London. What's this?
Hard time protecting the Strait of Hormuz? At first glance, the answer seems simple. The U.S. Navy maintains one of the most powerful fleets in the world, but the geography of this narrow waterway changes the equation. The Strait of Hormuz is only about 21 miles
What are you
wide
thinking? We
at
go
its
higher
narrowest
otherwise.
point, with just
I'm bearish, bro. Bearish.
2 shipping lanes, each roughly 2 miles across. Yet nearly 20% of the world's oil supply moves through this corridor every day. That means even small disruptions can have global economic consequences.
Small disruptions, and it's like a massive building in a fucking fireball or a massive
Iran has
ship.
spent decades preparing for exactly this scenario. Instead of relying on large warships, it built a strategy around asymmetric warfare: fast attack boats, coastal anti-ship missiles, naval mines, and armed drones. Intelligence estimates suggest Iran possesses thousands of naval mines and dozens of mobile missile batteries positioned along the coastline and nearby islands. During periods of tension, Iranian forces have repeatedly conducted swarm exercises, launching dozens of small boats simultaneously. At the same time, shore-based missile systems can target vessels moving through the narrow shipping lanes.
They should buy from us. Show those Yanks how it's done. Trust me.
For the United States, the challenge is scale and proximity. Warships can patrol the strait, but they cannot be everywhere at once. Clearing mines, intercepting missiles, and monitoring hundreds of small vessels at the same time is a complex task even for a modern navy, which raises a strategic reality. In the Strait of Hormuz, controlling the water is not the same as controlling the threat, and that could shape the next phase of any future conflict in the region.
Nice. Well, that would have helped. This has got to be Thailand, bro. What the fuck was that sign? Morning, G. What you saying, Zerzy? Do you still only trade from 7 to 10? I'll trade a little bit later, bro. A little bit later. Bear in mind the clocks have adjusted over the weekend, if you didn't remember that. The clocks have adjusted to New York time. Smells like a controlled conflict to me. I don't know, bro. I don't really think it's controlled. I definitely think America want to... well, America and Israel together do both want to destroy, basically, Iran. Don't know about it being a controlled invasion or a controlled conflict. Everyone double tap the live, boys. Everyone double tap the TikTok. What's looking better, EU or GU? Well, we're sort of basically at a... There's reasons for both. So first of all, if you look at EG, we can see that EG shooting actually to the upside. And when EG shoots to the upside, it means Euro is a lot stronger than the pound. So therefore, if we're looking to sell both EU and GU, we ideally want to sell GU, right? Because it's clearly weaker than the Euro, which is the other option. So ideally, we actually sell GU, but with GU being so weak, it means from our entry, we're actually about 40 pips away. So it's got a very long way to travel all the way up to then come down again. And also, until that external low, it's only 50 pips. Whereas EU, it's only got to come up about 20 pips. It's only got to come up less than 20 pips, and the actual target to the external low is about 100 pips. So it's a lot more worth it jumping in EU. So I'll probably go for EU rather than GU. Bearing in mind we're looking at a distribution move as well. So oh mate. I feel like I should rerun this live, bro. 20 man, this is awful, bro. 20 fucking people in this live. $23 man in this live. There's actually 50 likes and 20 man in here. If I do this, do you reckon more people's going to join? Let me just... You know what? Right, we're gonna have to view 15 fucking people. We're gonna have to view farm a little bit. Jack, we're gonna have to view farm a little bit. Right, let's hope this can re-tap in anyway, but we're going to have to view farm a bit because I'm not sitting on live with 15 viewers. There's absolutely no chance I'm actually ever going to sit on live with fucking 15. Maybe everyone comment, see how many people Richesse fell off this weekend. Yeah, trust me, bro. One weekend and I've gone from 150 man. That's what I'm saying. There's 47 likes. There's 50 likes in it, so there's no way there can actually be 15 man in the live. There's no way. But chat is... I'm long on GU. Yeah, I'll personally be short on it, bro. Gonna actually have to view farm a little bit here. It's the 1 minute chart of VU. This is just catching the distribution down. I don't think EU is shorting because of higher time frame. Plus, prices in a 1 hour order block, but maybe in your case 30-minute order block, so maybe it will reverse or go lower. I definitely think we're going to continue lower, bro, just based on the 4 hour. If you look at the 4 hour, we've tapped into our order block up here. So the current distribution move where we're moving is from here down to the low. From this internal order block to this external low. A lot of people kind of get confused in the hype of the actual move within. So a lot of people are looking at this order block here, for example, looking to buy. Someone actually said the 1 hour. And this is why the 1 hour is not really the best time frame for me. So yeah, look, so we can see we are at this 1 hour order block, which I personally do not think is going to play out because it's just internal structure. This is the problem with the 1 hour. When you go on the 1 hour, it's going to give you sort of lower time frame things that you're going to think is higher time frame because you're on the hourly. It's because you went from analysis to monging out on Geoguessr. No, last week we had like 200 man, 250 at one point. I think it was just because I jumped on late and it's a Monday and the market's kind of dead. But 20 views is crazy work. Like, it should go up. I'm just going to stop talking about the views, continue just trading, and then the views should go up anyway. But yeah, we can see this is actually lower time frame that people think's higher time frame. So you can actually get wrapped up in thinking that we're going to buy from this point, when in reality, if you actually zoom out a little bit more, go on the 4 hour, you can see it's very simple what's going on. We obviously just broke a low, so we're in a bearish range, mate. No way. So we're in a bearish range from here to here. We've just come off of our internal order block being up here. So therefore, we want to come to our external low being here. So this is the move we're actually catching. This is the move that makes sense. This is the most likely move. But a lot of people go on the 1 hour and they see things like this order block here and think that that's going to play out. That's why I don't like the 1 hour time frame. Because if you look, price is just in a big distribution move, as we said, from here down to that low. But a lot of people on the 1 hour, they're seeing this, even like, yeah. That's why I don't really like the 1 hour time frame, boys. Well, I was looking at trading ECHF, GCHF, etc. Is there something similar for the M basket for the CHF? Not that I massively use, but there might be. Let me have a look. Is that GJ? Nah, this is EU, bro. Says in the bottom right what it is. Let me move you, man, across a little bit. Says in the bottom right what it is, boys. Let's have a look. There might actually be something for the CHF. Nasdaq indexed. I don't think this is it. Is it? The Nasdaq 100 index CHF. That's just the Nasdaq and CHF. Let's have a look if that is just what it is. Is it just... Holy. Is this just a NAS? Yeah, this is just, yeah, it's just the Nasdaq. I'm not sure. Let me actually Google it, because there must be one for the Nasdaq. There must be one for the Nasdaq. But as you can see, chat, this market's just so bearish right now. You just really want to be looking at sells. As I said, we are distributing to the downside right now. So any sells you can really jump in on are going to be nice. Just any sells you can get. Any sells you can find an entry for. Check chart, chat. Please tell me what you think. No worries. Let me quickly check if there's actually a CHF index. What is... Let me do it off screen. Wow, you got quite a funny ticker. Right, the Swiss franc currency index, the sexy, the SXY. This is it. As you can see, where it's a lot less traded of a pair, if we look at like this on, well, really it was just fucked anyway, but you can see it's a lot less clear of price action compared to the dollar, where the dollar's so traded. Actually has nice price action, and this is just the opposite. This is just not really got the best. But what you can see from the franc index is that it is bearish. You can clearly see that we're trading to the downside on that. We're clearly bearish on it. So therefore you want to really, if you're looking at your USD CHF, you want to buy. GBP CHF, you want to buy. Euro CHF, you want to buy. But yeah, that's so USD chef. Obviously, you want to be looking for buyers. GBP CHF. So yeah, you can do the same thing. GBP CHF. This even could be a good buy. Actually, could be good buys on GBP CHF right now. I feel I've got to enter a trade or something to make the live go a bit more active. Could see buys from here. I feel like I've got to jump in a trade, chat. But yeah, this does look nice to the upside. Obviously, looking at the this is really what you want. This is what I use my indexes for. If you can use an index and depict that it's clearly weak. So we're really looking at the Swiss franc. We know it's going to be weak for a while. If we look at the candle as well, it's very actually overbought. So it has actually been trending up for a decent amount of time on the monthly. And recently you can see these last 3 months really have given us a clear decision. We tried to push up to basically establish ourselves even higher than this old high. The first week did that, or sorry, the first month did that very well, January. February not too much. It was actually an indecision candle. It failed to actually break out of the high. So it really failed to continue that momentum, and then you can see the sheer drop from this month where price is just absolutely dumping. So this should really continue lower for a decent period of time. We should at least break out of this candle's low. So we've rejected the high of it. We can't trade within this candle forever. And think about it. We can't trade within the high and the low of this candle forever. So we've either got to break the high or break the low. We've tried to break the high, couldn't do it, and then dump. So that tells me definitely that we're going to break the low. So we should look for the franc to be bearish for at least until this low is broken. Which actually really helps you out in trading. You know, for the next 3 or 4 days to just look for that next leg down, that bearishness in the CHF. So yeah, pairs like USD CHF, GBP CHF. We put that on the chart. Right, chat, I feel like I have to enter a trade to actually get this live moving, so I might just jump in this, boys. Might just aura myself into this. Aura trade. Just go on the daily. Getting a lot of rejection wicks, pretty big rejection wicks. You can see though, the way we've manipulated that candle low, we should definitely trade into the candle high now. You can see that first week in March just absolutely fucking completely going against the prior narrative. Probably took a lot of people off guard. Probably actually stopped a lot of people out along the way as well. So buy shouldn't be too far-fetched really. Should I just jump in this chat? You just TP'd from your Euro short, Lou. Cheers, 5% up. Nice. I mean, a little bit of a questionable one there, but yeah, we can see also we just swept that low on EU, so we really should see a little bit of a bullish. What are you trading? It says in the bottom right, bro, what the pair is. Any ideas of GU? I'm bearish on GU, boys. Nah, wait, what do you mean, nah? EU bought right now, bro, 1 minute. Yeah, I'll be personally just waiting for price to come down and then be looking at buys. I know we've swept the Asia high now. EU's obviously swept that CRT low, that 4-hour CRT low, which was our first target. This actual big news candle here, this was our first target. So this was from the Trump tweet about negotiations. You can see we swept the high and then traded right down into that low. So this was our initial target, which price is literally just tapped just now. Obviously our overall target being this external low here. But yeah, we have hit that. So hopefully we can see a little bit of kickback now, which actually pushes us into our target. Or into our entry, rather. I kind of just want to jump in this chat. It's literally just tapped in as well. Let me see what I can. Let me see if I got any accounts going. Give me 2 secs, boys. Let's see if I can place this. Okay, yeah, I kind of do. Let me just fucking jump in this one then, boys. Why not? We just jump in this one. The only way to get actual views in here. Let me actually get in this. Man, the shit I do for this stream, honestly. Honestly, the shit I do for this stream, I've just whacked a grand onto this trade. Bro, holy shit. Look at the viewers on this fucking live, bro. 13 people watching, bro. But I've got 10 people watching, but 60 likes. It just doesn't make sense, boys. There's way more than that I can see, boy. I can see the chat. Also, gold short from DTO. Right, we're in this one now, so let's see. I personally like the look of gold longs. Not gonna lie, these gold longs we've been getting in have been really nice. We had this first one over here, which is kind of a higher time frame one. And this one off the 1 hour was just lovely. That 1 hour. So yeah, I'll more be looking at longs on gold, bro. I'll be looking at longs from the DTO, if we can get down there. If we can get down there, I'll be looking at re-entries on gold about here. TP on the high, same place. Stop loss just below this low. You probably widen it a little bit just for the sake of it. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for in terms of gold re-entries. So there's 38 views. Now I'm talking about my YouTube stream, bro. Talking about my YouTube stream. 2.2k likes. Yeah, no, I'm live on YouTube as well, bro. YouTube have some glitching right now. YouTube glitching, restart live. Everyone may be forgotten. Nah, it's a glitch surely. Maybe. Nah, it can't be, bro. It can't. It's got to be a glitch, bro. I've just had literally 7 people comment. There's no way I've got 10 people in the live and 7 of them are active chatters. Like, there's no way. There's got to be more people in here. There's got to be. It must be glitching out. There's no way there's 11, man. Yeah, look, literally about 8 people have just commented. Basically everyone that's in the live, supposedly. Restart live, nah, it's calm. Everyone forgotten time change, that could be true. YouTube glitching, I think so. YouTube glitching, some detail at the 5 minute. You need to run my scalping strategy. Yeah, tell me your strategy, reality, so we can maybe jump in some scalps. Shorts for EU. Yeah, I'll be looking at shorts on EU, bro. Shorts on EU. Right now, though. I don't know if this is going to actually tap back in, but this actually here could be nice. Literally an identical trade of the previous one. I do hope this one will fail though, because I do want to see a retracement now. I do want to see a retracement now. Did we get tapped in on this? Kind of want to check. Let me check if we got tapped in. Euro USD, Euro USD. Somehow we're not in, chat. Look where my fucking buy limit is. How are we not in? Look. What the hell? Price is literally on my buy limit right now. Can you lot see that? Revenge traded now. I'm down 1% of my 25k. Not a bad punishment, but that's me done. Fair play, bro. Fair play. Spread, yeah, trust. We'll try Snapchatting you. Sweet. Oh yeah, I need to get that other phone, don't I? EU lot. Everyone's spamming EU. As I said, I do prefer sells at any time. Any time you can really jump in sells would be decent. But I would actually prefer price to come up first and tap us into a way better entry. But where it's so weak right now, it is going to be hard. So the most likelihood you have got of winning a trade is just jumping in these short scalps, like I'm saying. Anytime price comes up to a decent order block, just jump into these shorts. It's the easiest way to trade EU right now. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get tapped into this trade, because even with spreads, I was massively in. Is it alright if you could show me how to use the fib? Yeah, the fib's pretty easy, bro. You literally just want to use it for your premium and discount mainly, and then for your OTE as well. So you just draw it. For example, say you're looking at buyers. From this range here, you're looking at buyers. What you would do is you draw on your fib from your low to your high. Mark on these levels here, 705, 79 and 62. So 0.79, 0.62, and then this, which is in between them. And you actually just draw that on your chart, and you can see it's going to give you the most probable or the most likely area for reversals to take place. So that's one way of using it. The other way of using it is seeing if you're in a premium and discount. So for example, looking at this right here, if you look at the overall range that we're in, from the high to the low, and you mark on the 1, the 0 and the 0.5, you can see if you're in a premium or discount zone. So now we split the range in two. You can see this is the premium where you want to look for sells. This is the discount where you want to look for buyers. You can see right now we are in the discount of the range, so we are more optimal to be looking at buyers. And we're also of this current Asia range, we are within the OTE, which is perfect for buyers. So that's just two ways that you can use your fibs or your fib levels to see if the trade's looking decent or not. Placing demo long trades on to DTO and EU. How comes, bro? EU I took a bearish risky trade. Fair enough. Rich, is there anything I can do to become better as a trader other than backtesting as I've been doing it, Bears? Journaling, bro. Journaling's one of the best things you can do. Journaling's one of the best things you can do, for sure. Bro, these the doubles have got a bit, they've got to be bugging. I don't know how I can actually check the amount of views. But they have to be. There's no way there's 12 people. Snapchat the better. Let me get my other phone. Alright, this phone's dead. Let me charge it. Yeah, the live's definitely bugging. There's definitely more than... Yeah, it's bugging out. It says there's 6 man in here, but there's 63 likes. Can't be. There cannot be 6 man in here. There's not a chance. Right, the helpline's on charge right now. Everyone drop... everyone spam in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube right now, every time I see you, you're always against my bias. What's going on? Yeah. I don't know why you'd be bullish on EU though, bro. Everyone spam in the chat right now. Everyone make the chat go mad, because I want to see if there's actually genuinely 8 people in there. There can't be. There actually can't be. I don't know why it's bugging like this. It's pissing me off though. Everyone spam in the chat right now. Everyone spam the fuck out of the chat. If you're here, just spam it up. Yeah, chat's going mad, bro. There's a bag of people in here. Yeah, look, chat's going mad, bro. Wait, keep going mad, wait. Yeah, bro. Yeah, there's no way, chat. There's no way there's actually 7 man in there. There's not a chance. Alright, cool. At least I know, though. At least I know. Alright, sweet. Yeah, that was bugging. So there's actually not 6 man in here. Calm. 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 At least we know now. At least we know. So what I'm saying, chat, YouTube actually trying to hold us down. It's trying to demotivate me right now by showing 7 views, and the chat just got absolutely spammed. Let me show the TikTok. TikTok, look, boys. Okay, I just said spam the chat. Look how much spam people have put in the chat. All of this, bare spam, look. And they're saying that there's 10 people in here. There's no way. And there's 63 likes. They're capping. Calm. It just went to 20, then jumped back to, yeah, YouTube's bugging. Alright, cool. We've established that YouTube's bugging, chat. We've established that YouTube is bugging. Alright, cool. That's calm. That's calm. I've been waiting to use these. Alright, cool. That's made me feel a lot better, though. I was thinking, bruv, like, how's it bugged out? How's it gone down so much? But that's calm. That's calm. I'm just going to ignore the viewing figures, though, and focus on you man's comments. Yeah, chat, I actually just deleted that GBP CHF limit, because I was tapped in. Like, bro, if you saw where my buy limit was, my buy limit where it actually got put on, where there's a bit of adjustments on the app or on the broker, my limit was like here. So we was like, it was like a good like 2 or 3 pips below my limit, and my limit still hadn't triggered. So it was like, what? But yeah, that's what I'll be looking at on GBP CHF. That's what I'll be looking at, chat. Made me feel better too. I like watching online. Keeps me busy and faith in trades. Yeah, trust me, bro. Had NJ and EU Schultz. Thanks for the chat on Friday. It's helped. NJ and CHF Schultz. All right, nice. Let's actually have a look at reality strategy. I got my phone here, chat, so I can actually go on Snapchat. See what you guys are saying. I've been waiting to use these. Now let's go on EU. Now let's get to DTO on EU, GU, fellas. Trust me. The way we retrace this so quickly on EU tells me that we're going to move straight back up. Or that we are going to move up. I mean, it just looks a bit crazy the way prices just chopped straight down, straight up, straight down. Price didn't really actually break the low either. So we do want to see that low actually getting broken. So if we make a higher low, then we probably are going to come up. If you did want to be really cheeky, this will probably be your next entry. But that's a fucking... This one's ridiculously cheeky. This one's like a ridiculously cheeky trade right here. There's not even enough to aim for, to be fair, chat. You're going to have to aim for a random point. Call it 10 pips. This one's too cheeky. Alright, I think my snap's loaded. Made me feel better too. I like watching online kits. Yeah, tight stop losses, no more than 10 pips. Sweet, let me see. Alright, Wendy sent me a video. Let me play this video real quick. See what Wendy's on.
Right, so it just involves 3 EMAs, a 2, 4, 8, a 21 and a 9. So the blue one's the 21, the red's the 9, the black one's the 2, 4, 8. Hang on. Right, so it just involves 3 EMAs, a 2, 4, 8, a 21 and a 9. So the blue one's the 21, the red's
Chat, remember that because I'm going to forget those numbers. The 2, 4, 8, the 29.
Right, so it just involves 3 EMAs, a 2, 4, 8, a 21 and a 9. So the blue one's
2, 4, 8, 20. Wait, I forgot
21,
again.
the red's the 9.
9, 21 and 2, 4, 8, chat. Remember that.
Black one's the 2, 4, 8. Hang on. Right, so it just involves 3 EMAs, a 2, 4, 8, a 21 and a 9. So the blue... So all that happens is you want price action from the 1 minute to the 1 hour underneath that 2, 4, 8 or above the 2, 4, 8. And then I just look for pullbacks, so like there, decent pullback, crossover. And then I've taken this off a tap on the red EMA, which I only do for JPY pairs. Blue EMA taps for anything else.
Makes sense. Who's added me to a group chat with Ebony, Zico and Always Faded? What the fuck? One girl in a group chat of like 10 man. Alright, sweet. That makes sense. That's pretty simple, to be fair. Pretty simple. Yeah, chat. What I would want to see this come up, though. I would want to see this come up. Let's see how this actual sell plays out. As I said, I didn't jump in this one earlier either. We're just sort of looking right now. My main limit would be placed on this right now. And I'll just be waiting for it to come up. You can jump in cheeky little scalp sells, but if you're jumping in scalp sells, you really want to make sure you do a few, because eventually this probably will reverse, and you don't want to just catch the one that actually reverses on you. So the whole point of scalping is, obviously, with scalping, you're going to have quite a low win rate. So you want to make sure you're getting in enough trades for your RR to play out. You don't just want to jump in one scalp, because anything can happen on the 1 minute. You want to trust your direction. And then just spam, not spam sells, but yeah, just play sells. Hi, bro, why is no one on it? Nah, the views are bugging, bro. We just said that. That's what we was thinking all live, bro. And then I said, chat, if you're in here, just spam the chat. And the chat got spammed to fuck. There's at least 100 man in here. At least 100 man. It says there's 7 viewers and there's fucking 64 likes in here. It just can't be. 72 likes now. I've just updated it. The likes have gone up by 10. And it says there's only 7 man watching. It's bugging out, bro. Just logged on. Any trade so far? Not really, bro. It's kind of annoying. I did place this long, but it just weren't tapping me in for love nor money, bro. Weren't tapping me in for love nor money. Even on the app, I had a buy limit placed, but price was trading below my buy limit was on this level, like this price, 5886. And then on my actual broker account, it was trading below, so my buy limit just wasn't going through. So I just ended up deleting it, bro. But I do really like the look of these longs, to be fair. If we look at the actual SXY, which is a new thing we've just started looking at today, we can see that it is very, very bearish. So we know that the Swiss franc right now is very bearish. It's very weak, as you can see. Especially on the monthly chat. If you look at the monthly, as we've already sort of gone over, we've had a really bullish candle, which obviously broke out the prior high. Bear in mind we have been in an uptrend as well, so we are seeing if we can establish higher prices on the monthly. Closed above this old high. We wanted to see if we could really establish ourselves and start moving higher from it. Price ended up, this was January candle. February candle ended up just consolidating within, didn't really do much. And then this March candle's just been completely bearish. Can't trade within the high and low forever, so we're either going to have to break the high or have to break the low. By the looks of this market, I think we're going to break the low. We already had a chance to break the high and the buyers didn't want to step in. Sellers regained control. So yeah, I definitely think that we're heading for this low. This is the Swiss franc currency index. So essentially this is the CHF on its own. And if we can establish that the CHF is bearish, then that means we know how to trade things against it. So CHF is weak, meaning pairs like GBP CHF are likely to be bullish. So that's why we're looking at longs on these. Yeah, I do like the look of this. I do really like the look of this, to be honest, chat. It's always good to have an index you can just go along with. The pound is also weak. Yeah, I mean, the pound is kind of weak, so maybe even Euro CHF might be the move. If we have a look at the Euro, let's have a look at Euro CHF. GBP, JPY, Lou. What are you seeing on GJ? Boys, if I missed any comments, just put them in the chat again. Just spam them in the chat again, boys. Unknown Zeno. Looks like he's in jail, bro. Yeah, this looks nice as well. The DTO is kind of weirdly placed. Again, on the 4 hour. So yeah, we can see that this is clearly on a really nice bull run. Bear in mind, chat, you got to think what would people have been doing at this time. So let's actually mark out the last few weeks, just so we can try and get into the psychology of what people would be doing. I'll go down now, back onto our 4 hour time frame. So these are all the different weeks essentially drawn out, right? So we can see on a daily time frame, we had this big sell-off. So straight away after a sell-off, chat, people's mindset is going to be, all right, I want to catch that sell. Because they're probably, most traders are bad, they probably missed all of these short positions here. So when the market opens, they think, right, I've got to catch this next short. So I'd say a lot of people would have been manipulated in this week and in this week as they are all trying to catch sells from here. Sells, they've probably got order blocks or whatever it may be on the 4 hour. So order blocks like this, order blocks like this up here, order blocks like this one down there. All that they're trying to sell off. So really these 2 weeks here are purely just manipulating people. The third week that's kind of interesting. This is the third week that we've had on Euro CHF. So here we want to see, was we just trying to manipulate people from these levels? And then once we've manipulated, we're going to crash down. Is that going to be the case? But what we see is price actually having yet another bullish week. So yet another strong week, completely strong as well. It wasn't up, down, it was purely up, right? Purely an up week, which that's the third week in a row, which really confirms to me that this is actually a trend shift and we are going to be trading even higher rather than looking for reversals. Because as we said, this got manipulated. We should really move down after that. So for example, on EU, GU, that's exactly what we did. If we go on EU, for example, on the 4 hour time frame, we had this massive bearish area here. So for the first sort of few weeks, or this was the first week really, people would be still trying to short of this order block, short of these order blocks here, and this would have been our manipulation phase, right, where we just manipulated everyone. But eventually you can see price doesn't actually want to seek higher. It will eventually come down off the correct POI. When we tap in, it will eventually come down. We compare that to Euro CHF. We had those first 2 weeks of manipulation where we manipulated this area here. We bought up and bought up. But then here, which is when the EU actually ended up reversing, you see Euro CHF just continued that strength. So that tells me that we're actually kind of strong as a currency. And we should really look for price to go higher. So with that being said, let's actually look for a trade now. All right, chat, I'll look at your pairs in a sec. I do see you, man, putting in the comments. I do see you, man, putting that in the comments. It's a little bit hard to analyse. It's a little bit hard to analyse. We do have this order block here, which price tapped into. Probably be a bit better on the 1 hour. Yeah, we had this 1 hour, which price tapped into. Nice little area there, and then price is distributing away. So I'd really look. You can look for buyers pretty soonish on this, to be fair. I mean, we're reacting off this order block here as well. So I'd really just look for another tap into this order block and then price to go higher. Yeah, that's all. That's what I'd really look for. Give me 2 secs, TikTok. Let me see what some of you lot are commenting. Chat, just put in the comments again if I've missed it. Do you live off trading, bro? Yeah, bro. I've been trading full time for a decent period of time now. Is that 15-minute order block on EU? No, it's a 30-minute, bro, on EU. The EU's a 30-minute. Can you display the indicators you use? No worries, brother. This is Sessions, Ranges and Equilibriums by Richesse. If you do want that, it's not available on the store because it's a custom one we made for our Discord members. But just join the Discord, bro. It's a free Discord and someone will send that over to you. All you got to do, someone's got to send it to you. You add it to favourites and then you can use it. But you just can't search it up, or obviously I'll just let you do that if I could. Analyze Bitcoin. I'm bearish on Bitcoin, bro. I'd look for sells on Bitcoin. Trader gamer. I'm thinking sells. What on, Hurstball? What are you thinking sells on? Yeah, but Monday, Tuesday, low of the week, CHF, so shorts are wild. Monday, Tuesday, low of the week, so shorts are wild. Shorts valid. Yeah, I mean, potentially you could look for shorts. I do prefer the longs. Okay, lucky I cancelled this limit. Fuck me. There's no point, Jay. Just weren't tapping me in. But that's nice. That would have taken out a lot of people, to be fair, which is nice. Again, if we look at the index, we can see it's just super weak right now. So if we want to put our money anywhere, we want to bet on this eventually just going lower. We can see the last sort of 5 or so minute candles. You can see it's really choppy. These are the spreads on it. Obviously, if you're actually trying to trade it, you can see just these wicks are essentially spread. So price actually did just move from the body to the close, but everything else is spread. So if you look at this candle here, It looks like it moved a lot. It didn't move a lot. It was just there was a major amount of spread. So all it really moved, this candle here, was from obviously the open to the close. So it only moved like a tiny amount. It only moved that much. Right, but with spread, it moved fucking that much. So you got to just bear that in mind when you're looking at sort of smaller indexes like this. You can't really look at it on a too low of a time frame. But yeah, I do like the look of buys on these. We'll keep our eye out. I'm going to go down. Now we're actually into this order block. I'll be down on the 1 minute, seeing if we get a change in state of delivery or maybe a IFEG or just something to confirm to us that we are going to be returning to bullish. So I'm going to mark out this high and just wait for that to come through. I'm in shorts on GBP/CHF at 8 AM. You're on shorts, fair play. Well, how comes you got in shorts, bro? What are you expecting New York to do on EU? I'm expecting a sell-off, bro. We are in a distribution to the downside, so I'm expecting us to sell. We have never taken trade on your entry. Is it fear or what? Oh, you mean, yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Mainly what I'm looking for today, bro, is, I'll show you what I'm mainly looking for. So everything else we're really doing is just kind of scoping out the market for potential trades. One of them may look really, really nice and we'll execute on it. But my main move is wait for a bigger pullback on EU. Not too big. We've only got to come up about 10 pips, I think it is. Probably about 12, 13 pips. All right, 15, well, 16 pips we've got to come up. And then I want to get in that big distribution sell. So this is the main move. And that's for EU and for GU. But we're just really looking at any other pairs and the lower time frame to maybe get a few little scalps in just before that comes through. And we are liking the look of EU and GU for scalps do look good. But we just want to be careful jumping in short scalps because it does look like this could have a decent retracement now. So we want to be careful layering loads of short positions here because we don't want to be the liquidity for this overall big move. And with that being said, what actually looks really nice to us is the Swiss franc index. So the index is basically just it on its own. This is just the Swiss franc on its own. And you can see it's very bearish, right? I'm not going to analyse it again because we have already analysed it quite a bit. But basically you can see since the start of the month, which is right here, if I draw a line on for the start of the month, it's the first day of the month, you can see really it's been a very bearish month, right? So we'd expect now this low to be hit. This is January low, this is January high. We've got to trade into one of them. The way this month has planned out or played out so far, it tells us it's going to be the low. And therefore it actually looks really bearish on the CHF. So what we can derive from this chart is that the CHF is very weak. And if the CHF is weak, it means we want to look for buyers against it. So USD CHF buyers, GBP CHF buyers, Euro CHF buyers, stuff like that. And that's why we're sort of flicking for our CHFs. I think we can maybe look for a lower time frame buy on EU to target supply. Maybe, bro, but it's a little bit dangerous going against the trend like that. Well, let me know where you're actually looking to buy from. I'll put it on my chart and see what it's saying. See if it's looking decent or not. With the daylight savings change, how do we adapt the indicator to this? It's changed back to normal, bro. So the reason why the daylight savings sort of bugs us out is because New York actually changes about 2 weeks before we do. So New York's clocks actually change a few weeks before we do. So that means for about 2 weeks' time, we are 1 hour further away from New York. So that was the last 2 weeks we've had. So normally there's a 5 hour difference from New York, which most of you know. And there was obviously an hour then on top of that, which is now gone. So it's back to 5 hours. So everything's back to normal. We're 5 hours in front of New York time, which means your 12 o'clock midnight New York is 5 a.m. In England or in London. It's kind of based the way we call just London, we just assume it's England. I mean, England, we just say it's London. That's kind of based. I'd be pretty mad if I weren't from London or near London. Yeah, let's see if we can get this next sell from here. I do like this order block, boys. We have had a few sells already from it. I really don't dislike this order block. I really don't. So if you did want to jump in sells, this wouldn't be a bad scalp trade. The only thing is, I think we're going to struggle to actually break the whole low, because we didn't do it before. So you may have to aim for somewhere slightly above that. Maybe like a fair value gap or something. So I don't know if there's going to be enough space to do that. Let's have a look. If you shorted from here. No, there probably will be, to be fair. There probably will be enough space. If we just sold off to that order block there. You'd have to shorten the stop loss though. You'd have to put the stop loss on here to make it work. So it really would be a massive scalp trade. But yeah, maybe something like that. I would just be careful, as I said, chat, selling down to these lows, because price, it's always going to take longer to break a low, chat, bear in mind. I entered a long at 419 on a U, fair play. You're a braver man than me, brother. GBP CAD buyers. How comes you're looking at GB? I mean, the pound's quite weak today, bro, bear in mind, so I'm assuming the CAD must be even weaker. London Open on this indicator closed at 9 AM this morning. Do I just change the time -1 hour? Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm up 5% of my funded from last week. Should I go into any other trades? What's your advice? Do you mean 5% on your live funded? 5% on your actual funded account, yeah? Is that do you mean 5% on your real live funded account? We can maybe look for a lower time frame buy on EU targets play. Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous that, bro. A little bit dangerous. Chat, what we saying on the D squared hat? See, this is what I'm saying why YouTube's bugging this morning, by the way, chat. Look how much of a mock it is. YouTube says I've got 4 viewers on my stream right now. I ain't. Look how many likes I've got. 72 likes. It says I've got 4 man on the stream. It's obviously chatting shit, boys. Look. 75 likes, 9 viewers. And when I told people to spam the chat just to make sure, right, look at the chat. Chat went off. Chat got absolutely spammed to shit. Look, boys. Absolutely spammed up. Like, and they're saying I've got 4 man on here. YouTube's bugging today. It still does piss me off though, because people probably see the stream and think, oh, who's this bro with 4 man on here? Obviously, I ain't going to watch that. Little do they know there's like 150 people they just can't see. Chat's actually moving active today, boys. W's in the chat, boys. W's in the chat for the YouTube. Are you in the EU trade? I'm not, bro. I'm not in the EU trade right now. I want to keep my eyes on Euro CHF though. Wait for the 1 minute, because I do like the look of longs. But we just got to make sure we time it right. So that's why I've marked on this high. If we break this high and confirm a lower time frame trend shift, then maybe we'll look to execute on longs. But I just do like CHF buyers, or buyers against the CHF rather, just based on the fact that this is clearly very, very weak. The Swiss franc is clearly very weak. We've just broken below the next set of lows as well, so I do think we're just going to continue that bearish trend. We should be able to buy against it pretty nicely. But yeah, for the people that are asking, I'm not in this EU right now. I'm not in this EU sell. Do like the look of it, but I'd rather just hold out for my main level that I'm targeting. USD CAD. Right, let me have a look at CAD, because a lot of people are trading USD CAD. EU, yeah, EU, as I said, you could jump in little cheeky little sells now, just for a little scalp. But I would overall just be waiting for price to come a little bit higher to then trade off of this order block, which on the 30 minute is my my main level. And we're not a million miles away off of it, chat, bearing in mind. We're about 15 pips on EU, which is not loads. TikTok brought me here. Nice, bro. W-mans. A lot of dubs in the chat. That's what I'm saying. The amount of people that's just dropped dubs in the chat is apparently the entire amount of people watching it live. YouTube's defo bugging. Should I see if it's doing it for anyone else's streams? See if we got like iShow speed live with like 10 man in there. yeah, bro. I know for a fact, because I actually listen to this sometimes, boys. The Brazil 4K soundtrack, it's got 13 man watching, boys. Trust me, this is a money farm right here. This shit always has like a K views, like 24/7. PO Box TP, to whom it may concern. Dear sir, how are you doing, Louis? I'm very good, Universal. How are you, brother? View on EG. Just obviously bullish, man. That's all we can really gauge from it. I don't like trading EG too much. I more just like it for giving me a bias. What we can derive from EG right now, as you can see, it's very strong. If we look at, this is since really the end of Thursday to where we are now. So Friday and this open today, it's been very strong. So all you'd really derive is that the euro, this is EG after all, and EG is strong. So the euro is pretty strong right now. The pound is pretty weak right now. So if you're looking at sells, pound pairs are preferred. If you're looking at buys, euro pairs are preferred. Obviously, it massively depends on what you're trading it against, but that's the generally what we're looking for. Okay, I think Euro CHF's moving now. Okay, nice. We have actually had that change in state of delivery now. So now I'll be waiting for it to come down to this order block here. Now we've had that lower time frame confirmation. I mean, it's a very, very tight stop loss. The CHF doesn't move as much as like the dollar, for example. You really don't actually have to aim for a lot on this either. But yeah, you could aim for just the external high, for example. I mean, it's a pretty peak rejection, I'm not going to lie, but it does look nice, man. For a 5-hour trade, you're not really going to get much easier than that. Appreciating every bit of the day, thank you. No worries, brother. Yeah, on my live funded, you're nice. So you're up 5% on your live funded. What I would do, and what I always do when I'm up that, well, not always to be fair, but what I do 9 times out of 10 when I'm up like 5-6% on a funded, is I will give myself about 1% to actually play with. So one thing you don't want to do is you do not want to walk home empty-handed. That's something you don't want to do. You wouldn't work for half your day and then take it to the casino. I mean, you wouldn't work for a whole day and then take it to the casino and risk not earning anything. Right, that's just stupid. So you want to, of that 5%, say, right, 4% of that is mine to keep. I'm keeping that 4%, that's mine. I'm withdrawing that, and that is mine. But 1% of it is what I'd use this week to try and build on that. That 1% I'd use maybe to take a trade to try and bump it up to maybe 6 or 7 or maybe even 8% profit. But give yourself a little percent to actually play around with, and the majority, make sure you just keep that to the side to withdraw. That's what I would do, and that's typically how I've... What's daily outlook on GU? Please check GU. I'm bearish on GU, bro. Bearish on GU is my main outlook from this 30-minute order block. I want price to have a nice retracement and then sell off to this external low. Mainly coming from the 4-hour or the 8-hour, really, I suppose, on GU. You can see it's very bearish, looking very similar to EU and the dollar itself. We've obviously got this order block here. And we've got this external low here. So we're looking to sell from this order block to this external low. And you can see we're like 90% of the way there now. So of a 223 pip distribution, we're only like 16 or 15 pips away from that being completed. Versus EU's actually still got a decent amount to come down. So this is EU off of this order block here on the 4-hour. So you can see off of a 220 pip distribution, we've only actually came 140 pips. So we've got 80 pips left of selling room to go on EU. I do really like this Euro CHF, you know. I do really like the look of it, chat. I'm so tempted to jump in this one, boys. I'm not going to jump in, but I am so tempted right now. I really do like the look of it. I really do. I'm not going to jump in, chat. You man know I always tell you if I'm actually jumping in or not. I'm very, very, very tempted to jump into this one, boys. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm not going to jump in. It's not a pair I usually trade. So I'm going to scope it out today, see how it moves today. And if it moves nice, then tomorrow we're going to be fucking hitting it like you wouldn't believe. We'll be hitting it like you wouldn't believe, chat. You wouldn't believe. If EU shows during New York, would you still take it? Yeah, bro. It's one of them. When we're in such a clean distribution move, it's a no-brainer. Weekly CRT on GBP CHF. Yeah, I wouldn't really take that with too much though, bro. I mean, yeah, that is decent. I think just on the way the week played though, it's not really giving a typical. Let's actually play it out. I mean, yeah, it does look alright, I suppose. Just think normally you want to see like a clean manipulation move, like a clean manipulation. You can see here it's not really giving that. That wasn't really manipulation. It just seems like price is kind of running out of steam a bit. Doesn't look like we've actually manipulated this high and then we're gonna trade lower. So I'd really wait and see on GBPCHF to see if that is the case. I'm more like the look of buyers, to be honest with you, still. As I said, chat, these are all sort of hypothetical trades. Our main one that we're looking at are these sells, and it does look like we're coming up pretty nicely on them as well. It does look like we're running pretty nicely. We are starting to come up a little bit. EU's really struggling to come past his 5-minute order block though. Everyone drop a like on this stream. Mate, YouTube's actually mocking it. It says there's 2 man in this live. 80 likes now. Big up to everyone who dropped a like on the stream. If you haven't dropped a like, boys, drop a like. Yeah, it says there's 1 viewer. 1 viewer. Why don't you take Euro CHF at a very low risk? Because there's just no point for me. Well, that's actually not a bad point. I could take it at a very low risk. There's just not really much point in me doing that for what it would actually return. I mean, maybe there is. I suppose it's not a bad idea, to be honest, bro. 1G just sub. Nice. Appreciate you, brother. 1 view, you know. Trust me, I've just had 5 people comment in the space of about 30 seconds. Chat is active, boys. I want to have the most active trading chat. Alright. Patrick. Fucking hell. Look at the size of him. Boys, that's a strong subscriber to have. Look at the size of this guy. No homo, but I do want to see him working out. What's he lifting? Big old lad. It's a strong subscriber. So what I'm saying, boys, and that's what you got to think about my channel as well, is some subscribers are heavy subs. Like, that sub right there is worth, what, at least 5. Like, YouTube is bugged, yeah, trust me. And we've actually got a few people like that. We've got a few people that are like that, who are subscribed to our channel. So that, we've got 29.1k subscribers, but realistically, we're more touching the 30k mark. Because I've got at least 20 to 30 people sub to me that are built like that. YouTube is showing YouTube it's showing clearly. There's just the views that's wrong, bro. It's showing clearly, but it says I've got. Don't know how they've managed to work that out. They said I've got one viewer and 80 likes on the live stream. And bear in mind, YouTube you can only like once as well. So for 80 people to actually like the stream, it's got to be at least 160. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Respect for the UK traders, definitely, man. Definitely hard to find good UK traders as well. That's why what me and Mace do, we're actually trying to build a good good community. We come live, we do everything live. There's not too many actual legit people in the UK. A lot of them you've got like the Gunter type who, let's be real, Gunter's more like a Towie kind of bro, like the only way is Essex, do you know what I mean? He's a bit more of like a personality guy. Even though he doesn't really have that good of a personality. But for some reason people just look at him. Thing is, he's one of them people, for some reason what we have in the UK is a lot of just people with like cool haircuts and their teeth done. Do you think I put time and effort into my hair, boys? I wake up, the first thing I think about is the charts. We also have your brother Ollie Matthews. Ollie Matthews not my brother, he's my cousin. Said that multiple times. But yeah, we do have Ollie Matthews as well. But even him's a guy who actually cares way more. That one viewer opened 80 tabs and liked on each phone. Yeah, trust me. But yeah, boys. Like, we have a lot of people that just care about their hair, care about doing their teeth the best, care about what they're wearing. Chat, bro, you don't even know what I'm wearing, boys. Like, this is the most... This fit just doesn't even really make sense what I'm wearing right now. I will show you. Like, it's not even really making sense. Do you know what I mean? I haven't done my hair. Just slapped a cap over the top of it. That's what real traders are, boys. Trust me. Trust me. I'm actually autistic with this shit. I sit here. The first thing I can think about when I wake up, May told me Harry was your cousin. Harry who? Like, boys, people don't care about... Yeah, man, like, a lot of these people actually aren't built like this. If you're in my community, you're probably a little bit autistic like I am. I'm actually obsessed with these charts. It's the first thing I think of when I wake up, the last thing I think of when I go to bed. It's all just really on my mind. Even when I'm out, I like, it's, yeah, bro, like, there's mad shit. Even when I'm playing pool, bro, I play pool, and when things are all, the balls are scattered about on the table, for some reason I don't look for the best shot. I try to, like, analyse it like a chart. It's so weird. It's so autistic, but yeah. Like, I'm actually a fucking real trader. I actually come live, do this shit. So if you're from the UK and you actually like trading, you're not just one of these people that sort of watches Magunta or Gary, or not Magunta, but you know what I mean, these type of people. Do you know what I'm wearing? I wouldn't even like to think what you're wearing. Can you check UJ? Yeah, no worries, bro. Gold, yeah, gold, I like the look of gold buys. We've had a few buys over the days. We've been scaling into these buys. Got this one here, which is a higher time frame one, a very safe stop loss. And then we got this one on Friday, off of that 1 hour order block. And then we've got another one that looks decent today as well. If price can retrace down to the DTO, give us that nice discount for the day. And then continue higher. That will be what I'm looking at on gold. You waffle a lot, bro. Wait, what? Style, Harry Styles. Oh my god. Bro, when I was in Thailand, all the girls kept on saying, calling me Harry Styles. Because I had long shit hair. Was why. My nan always used to say I look like Harry Styles as well. My nan was weird though. My nan used to say I look like Deli Ali. She did have dementia though. And she was a Tottenham fan, so probably just a bit of a mix-up there. Hi, bro, can you find something to trade now? The best things for actually an entry right away would be CHF pairs. Let's have a look at UJ. UJ's a bit of a difficult one, because right now, you can see the yen basket's really strong. So the JPY is a very, very strong currency. But if you look at the DXY is also given a similar situation. The DXY is also very strong. Not as strong momentum-wise, but trend-wise, it's a stronger trend, smaller momentum. Right, you can see this is actually a prolonged trend. It's been going on since like the end of January, really, right? An actual full-on distribution. Whereas if we look at the yen basket's actually overall been in a big downtrend. It's just recently we've got that really, really strong bullish momentum, as you can see here. So if anything, to be honest, I wouldn't really like to trade it. I prefer to leave it alone. But if you wanted to jump in anything, it would be sells on UJ, just for the pure fact of that momentum on the yen right now being so strong. So I would look for sells, but it's definitely going to be a difficult hold given that the dollar's also pretty strong itself. Cheers, mate. Nan's 89 rated with 98 aggression. Your Nan's 89 rated. Fucking hell. Is that the first player to have a rating lower than their age? How's the EU limit? Yeah, nice. Just going off that 30-minute, boys. Going off that 30-minute. 10 people in the chat and only 1 people watching. Yeah, YouTube's bugging today, boys. YouTube's bugging. There's at least 100, well, at least 160 man in here. We got 80 likes on the vid. Every time I refresh, there's more. 84 likes. Yeah, there's at least 160 in it. Now, Deadass says there's 0 viewers. How are people commenting? Do you know a trader called Scruffy? Like the coffee? Scruffy? Scruffy like the coffee? What does that even mean, bro? And there you was ribbing me with Spice Girls and you one D lover. Hey, how's that guy even been allowed to put that in the chat? With a fork is crazy. Your comment is crazy. Bro didn't even. Bro just asked as well. Feel obliged to answer. I will say no. You trade SMC. Yeah, sort of SMC, bro. Sort of SMC. Good thing that we do is we actually... A lot of people just trade SMC with vibes. Like, they just say, right, I trade all the blocks, fair value gaps, liquidity, shit like this. Let me just trade it. You need a way to actually specifically trade it. We trade it for the London session. We've condensed the ALG... we've condensed SMC, essentially, down into two specific moves that happen during the day. On the London session, we either get a sweep of the Asia high or low, and then a reversal to the other side. So very similar to what happened on GU. If you look at the price today, we opened, swept the Asia high, and then traded down into the Asia low. This is the ALG setup, and then we got the DTO continuations, which is a continuation of a move that's already happened. So you can see we've had that distribution now from the London session. It's had a move. We look to continue that from the DTO. So that's what we've really condensed it down to, the ALG strat and the DTO strat. So we condensed everything down into a very, very specific way to trade. So if you do want to learn a bit about my strategy, boys, you can just book in a call with us and I can explain it. Appreciate the follows, boys. All the blocks going to get ran through soon on EU. Yeah, we've retested it many, many times. Is anyone looking to actually buy up to that range? Yeah, this order block's definitely going to get disrespected soon. Is anyone looking to buy up at this point? The cheeky one. That is very cheeky, I've got to say. But yeah, this 5-minute order block should fail. If you're wondering what pair I'm trading, boys, it says in the bottom right the pair and the time frame. If I missed any comments, boys, just spam me in the chat again. I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm just trying to read both comments right now. Appreciate the follow, ERB. Appreciate the follow, Juan. Juan Miguel Mesqui. How did you know I was Spanish? Mr. How do you know I was Spanish? Juan Miguel Mesqui. I'm in a long. On EU, you mean? Accumulation, I reckon. I don't know, bro. I don't really see it as accumulation too much. We've already had a decent move. We've already had a decent move in the London session. I'm in buys. I'm in buys from prior week low. A lot of people's actually jumping in buys. A lot of people's jumping in buys right now. Yeah, that was bugging me out earlier. Bro, I've got the most engaged fan base. Not fan base. I've got the most engaged viewers. The most engaged chat in the world, boys. My hairline's actually cooked, bro. We've got literally 2 viewers in here, yet we're sitting on 84 likes on YouTube. You do this full time? Yeah, bro. Bro, only 1 person watching. Yeah, trust me. YouTube is bugging out right now, though. Yeah, I've been full-time trading for a while. Price membership. We only charge £40 a month, bro, for our mentorship. That's with 100 videos. As I said, we condense it all down into those 2 strats, the ALG and the DTO. There are 2 strats. We have 100 videos, all condensing itself down into those 2 strategies. So we're going to teach you everything around it, all the concepts, everything. And then we also do 2 live streams a day. So where we trade the London session, we'll come live pre-London session and post-London session with the members to just break down what we've seen or what we're looking for. So 6 AM to 8 AM we're live, breaking down everything, what we're expecting from the London session. And then from 12 to 12:30, we break down everything we've just watched from the London session and just seen play out. So yeah, that's the main thing we do. Bro, only 1 watching. There's no way it's only me watching. For me, it literally says 0 viewers now. But every time I update the likes, it goes up by like 5. Lou, what you saying, Mr. Goldfinger? Do you only trade based on technicals, or are you using other things for your bias concepts like COT data and interest rates analysis? Yeah, we do look at fundamentals pretty heavily. We do look at fundamentals pretty heavily, boys. That was actually a big reason for us abusing JPY for a good amount of time, the Japanese yen. Chat will know if you've actually been locked in with me for a while. We've basically taken the piss out of the yen basket since mid last year and abused like a whole 20% reduction in the price of the currency I just shorted the hell out of it. And that's why we've chilled out trading it a bit recently, is due to the fundamentals. We do go over that quite a lot within our mentorship streams. I would talk about it a bit more on here, but people seem to not actually care, so I just don't talk about it. But if you lot actually care about the fundamentals, then yeah, we can talk about them a bit more. Authentic live trading is a threat to the system. Trust me, bro. Trust me, brother. We do this shit live. The only trader to come live every single day and be profitable. You couldn't tell me a single other trader that actually does this shit. Been trading chat full time. You can see my community is small but strong. Kind of new onto the scene. I'm new onto the YouTube scene as well, big time. So we've already managed to hit 30k subscribers and accumulate like 200 live viewers at every moment. Which is actually good. Minimum 200 viewers is actually good for YouTube. Like, you man probably don't rate it, but trust me, chat, what we've built as a community is actually good. Like, as traders, to get that viewing numbers, that's very good. If you're gaming, it's not really the best, because like anyone will watch a gaming stream. But if you've got 200 man on a trading stream, it means you've got a fucking very locked in community, because it's a very specific sort of thing. Which is why our community is fucking strong, boys. And even if like, think of a trader who you man consider big, or someone on social media who you consider big. Let's think of someone in the UK. Like even Bevo, bro. Bevo, like, bro, if this guy actually thinks he's good, let's see how many views he gets. Guarantee if he goes live, he'll be there just gossiping as well. And he'll be on like fucking, what, like, yo bro, a bit late clocking in, but what you saying? What you saying, Joe? But yeah, like, people saying, like, he actually thinks he's good, essentially. He actually thinks he's popping off. Bevo would, on a stream, just waffling, would get, like, probably 60 man on. We get 200 for trading. So our community's fucking strong, boys, and we're very new on the scene as well. Like, give it 6 months, boys, we'll be absolutely flying, man, I'm telling you. Absolutely flying. We're actually going to be moving into an office pretty soon as well. I've had an office before. If anyone's actually been locked in with my community for time since I've been on the internet, you would know I had an office in Canary Wharf. Best building in Canary Wharf, fucking 37 floors up, best view you could possibly get. That was active. That was before we even had a mentorship and shit like that. So you man know that we really make money from trading. We've really been in these markets for a good period of time. But we are getting another office again soon. In a different area, but it's going to be a lot bigger. There's actually crazy law to the office, boys. Like, the law to that office is fucking biblical that we're getting. But it's going to be a fat office as well. It's going to be big. There's going to be multiple rooms. It's going to be wham. It's going to be sick. So we can all link up, and the stream's just going to get even better from there. But we're on the up, boys. Canary Wharf office was goated. Yeah, trust me. Who remembers the Canary days, bro? Who actually remembers the Canary days? What's good, bro? What you saying, BTR George? In the Canary days as well, it was when I was bunning as well, boys. Like, mate, we got... People must have hated us there, bro. We used to bun anywhere, like the nicest spots. The nicest spots in Canary Wharf is just sitting there bunning. Mate, what's sick about Canary as well is you see people on Instagram get bare gassed and shit about going there, but it's just your life. Like, it's fucking sick. It's actually sick. Hey, bro, same bias, but my entry is a bit above yours. A bit above your SL. Let me DM you my setup. Yeah, for sure, bro. Canary Wharf's good. I tell you what, boys, actually, I was meant to check this. Anyone wants to send me their charts, go to my Discord and go to chart check. This is where, while I'm on stream, people actually drop their charts in, so I can see what they're looking for. This was Josh who told me to look at it about an hour ago, so apologies for that, Josh. But he was looking at sells on GU. I'm not really too sure if those hit full TPs. Full TP was at 186 on GU. 186. Did that hit full TP, chat? I don't think it did. No, okay, his full TP was this external low here. I'm not sure. Where was his entry as well? His entry was at 449. 32514 was his stop loss. 32514. 514? 32514. 32514. Yeah, so he's got a decent way for his stop loss. His stop loss is like here. So that's a decent trade, Josh. I do like that. Maybe a little bit of a smaller entry than I'd like, but done for the day, Brendon. Mate, I rate Brendon. You know, Brendon's African, and I say that because a lot of people in Africa that actually DM me don't have a lot of money at all to take trading seriously. But Breeden started on very small accounts and he's built his way up and he's just stayed disciplined to it. And he's actually stuck to it and he's becoming a great trader. A lot of Africans, when they DM me, they're actually just trying to get something for free. Like, they are obviously bare nice, bro. Like, Africans, I always say this, are like the nicest people on the internet. But a lot of them, when they don't have a lot of money, they're sort of just asking for a bit of dough or a bit of help. He's actually didn't ask for nothing. He's just asked for just help analysing the charts and shit like that. And he stayed locked in for a good amount of time and actually saved up and paid for certain shit, which I fucking rate that. And you can see it in his results. He's getting better. And what's good about a lot of these people, to be fair, I think Breeden might even be from South Africa. I'm not actually sure. It might be Zimbabwe. Can't remember. But either way, like, a lot of these people, if they can actually earn just $1,000 a month off trading, will be enough to sort of quit their job or whatever they have, just because some of these countries are quite poor. Not all of them. You obviously have some African countries that's fucking, well, not that many countries that smash it, but some of the countries, $1,000 a month is actually good enough for you to live on. So big up to all the African traders out there. Dubs in the chat right now if you're African, if you're watching this from Africa. I know a lot of people on my YouTube probably are. So dub in the chat if you are. Chat, actually, I'm curious to know this, yeah? Everyone put in the chat, in your country or your area, so like London or whatever it is, what amount do you need to be earning from trading to go to basically to live on it? So I'm from just outside of London. I'm from Essex. So I'd say you really need to be making, to live off trading, 3 to 4 grand a month. I'll say 4 grand to comfortably live off trading. So where you lot are from in the world, let me know how much money. Let's do it in US dollars. So let's say 4k USD. So everyone put in the chat, how much money in USD from your country do you need to actually survive? Just so we can sort of see where people are at. Be interesting to see. Africa, Kenya, nice. Are you in a buy? Now I'm looking at sales, bro. I'm looking at sales. English, but half African, large up Zambia. Come on, bro. Big up Zambia. Ethiopia, bro. South Africa here. Nice. Lou, what's the biggest payout you ever had? Not pocket watching, just interested. Low 5 figures, bro. I've never broken a 20k barrier. Want to do that this year. But I used to go for bigger payouts. So I got my biggest payout like ages ago. And you would have thought I would have broken it by now. But what I do now is I used to copy trade off all of my accounts. And try and actually get big amounts off one account. And then keep the account. But what I've changed in my strategy a little bit is I'll trade my accounts separately. So I won't copy trade them. I'll trade them each individually. And I'll look for like 2%, get that. 3%, get that. I won't anymore really look for like a 10%, 20, or like a 10% payout basically. And I'd need a 10% payout to clear 20 bags. Even that, 200k is the biggest singular account I have. So you need really like, what, 15%? And if I'm up 10%, chat, I'm taking that payout. Or even if I'm up 8%, I'm taking that payout. So Nigerian, you need $1,000. 1,000 USD. 2k, 2.7 to 5k a month. Fucking hell, Universal, where are you from, bruv? I would have thought London would be the most. $300 per month, $1,000 per month. $300? Where are you from, Lord? I'm Kenyan. If I consistently make $100 daily, my life is set. Nice. Like, I need like 300 to be comfortable. Nice. 2,000 in Rwanda. To survive, 1k. For good life, 3 to 4k in Moldova. Fair play. Moldova, you know. How did you... Okay, 2 secs. 2k to 3.5k a month. Namibia. Wait, are we talking Namibian dollars or US dollars? That's crazy. 2.5 to 3k Lithuania. Namibia. Why is it showing one watching? YouTube's just bugging, bro. You can see how active my chat is. Nah, I'm in Thailand, but from England. Oh, fairs. Anyone under 3k doesn't pay rent. Apparently. 2k per month. 300 in Zimbabwe. Yeah, like a lot of these countries, boys, you only actually need like a few grand to survive. 10k plus in Vancouver. Surely not, bro. 10k is crazy. I'm from London, you don't need that. Like, I could live in Canary Wharf, boys. For 10k, boys, like, I could fucking... Surely some use a gas in. Like, bro, 10k a month in London, I could be driving a decent fucking car. Let's say like a Porsche or something like that. Or like a Range Rover. I could have a banging apartment. Like a beautiful looking apartment. and I could also have like a small office as well for 10 grand, and then still have like a bag spending money left over, which is like not actually that much, to be fair. To be fair, to live like a sick life in somewhere like London, somewhere like Canary Wharf, you probably need 15 large a month. That's to live like a sick life, but 10 grand to still live in a banging life. Chauffeur, yeah, I was stupid when I was in Canary. I actually did have a chauffeur. Actually, bare dumb of me. It wasted so much money. Should not have really done that, but I'm not even exaggerating, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. On 1k account, thoughts on 1k funded accounts? Not really enough, bro. You may as well just fund your own account. What about the UK tax with prop money? Yeah, the UK tax with prop money is peak, bro. It's actually peak. I'm new to this. Enter the buy because it looks like Asia Lie has been swept. Am I wrong? That is typically what we look for, bro. That's a good strategy to look for, is sweep of the Asia low and then look for buyers. But the main thing is you want a daily bias and you want to trade that in line with the daily bias. So that's why with us, number one is we have daily bias. That's the key. Then number two is actually the strategy itself. That's where a lot of people go wrong. They combine it into one. Their whole thing is just their strategy. So with us, we have a daily bias. Ours, for example, is bearish. So we have a sell daily bias. And then we wait for our strategy to actually align with that. So are we going to take buys after Asia sweeps the low? No, because our daily bias is bearish. Are we going to take sells when Asia sweeps the high? Yes, we are going to actually take sells because it's in line with our daily bias. So we're trading them both in line with each other, which is a little tip that I'd give you there, bro. We got Zim in the chat. What's up? We should link up. Yeah, boys, it's mad. You would actually not believe all the different countries in the chat. It's crazy. If I missed any comments, boys, just put them in again. Appreciate all the follows, people. Are you trading the 4 hour? Yeah, bro. Wait, no. I don't know why I said. This is the 30-minute, bro. It does actually say the time frame in the bottom right. $300 is more than enough if I want to live a simple life. But if I want to live life lavishly, then 1,000 to 3,000. Lord, wait, where did you say you was from, Lord? Bro lives in the US. Yeah, trust me, Lord. Yeah, Lord, where are you living again? How do you trade? How did you trade before you went full time? Like, how did you manage work with trading? You just got to get it done, bro. I mean, I worked on a computer or on a laptop, so it was actually quite easy for me to check the charts. You just got to have, especially with the London session chat, this is what I say. A London session is so easy. You haven't really got to react. The New York session, you've got to always constantly react to what's going on, and fully look at the market and see what's happening, see what, like, everything that's going on. London session, you really don't. London session, there's 2 points you need to care about. Asia high, Asia low, and then the DTO. If you understand the Asia high and Asia low, and you understand the daily true open, you can trade very easily when you're at work. You wake up in the morning, see what's going on, you have a daily bias, and then you just wait for either the DTO or the Asia high and low to be hit, and then you go from there. You can just set your alerts on that, so it's actually a lot easier. Oh, India. $300 to live a month. What's the lavishest place to live in India? What's like the most bangingest life to live? So you can live lavishly in India on $1,000 to $3,000. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this may be a hot take. I would defo do like, bro, I think it would be sick. Once I'm in seriously in my bag, I'm talking about once I'm earning like 100k a month, I would do like 6 months in India. Living like a king, bro. Imagine how nice the food would be. And bear in mind, you're living like a king, like, imagine actually living out in India for 6 months, bro. That would be fucking mental. That would be sick. With a load of dough, though, as well. Bear in mind, we're talking hundreds of thousands a month here. I think that would be sick. Given our daily bias, you're not worried that ALG plays out before dumping? Nah, because we've got SMC at the highs, bro. So GU's actually swept this high, whereas EU actually didn't. So we've already essentially had that sweep movement that we'd want to see. We've already had that sweep on EU and GU. It just so happens that they're a little bit misaligned. Please have a look at the 4 hour on GU. Yeah, no worries, bro. Let me just draw on this SMC so I understand what people mean. Right, my Snapchat account is going off. My Snapchat is at Richesse Help. What am I getting videos sent to me? Bro. This guy's actually doing this to my stream. Who even is that guy? Lewis. That's not the guy that I thought it even was, bro. Holy. So I make a Snapchat account to try and help you, man, and give you, man, direct contact to text me. And that's what you do with it. actually like sexual harassment. Well, I'm not even gonna say that on tickers, but yeah, there's the SMC there that we can see, boys. SMT, sorry. How's the CHS doing? Still pushing higher. Yeah, we're still waiting for an entry on this. Still waiting for an entry. I do like the look of buyers. We just got to time ourselves a little bit better. Maybe we're gonna have to wait for this 4-hour order block to be tapped into. I wouldn't be too worried about this downward momentum. I do think this downward momentum is eventually going to fail. If you live in Bali, how much you need a day on average? In Bali, I don't know. I've lived in Thailand for a year, so I can tell you Thailand is like a day. A day's a bit mad. You need like, depends where you're staying, chat as well. Massively depends where you're staying. With me, I only like to stay in quite nice places. I'm not really a snob when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I don't really mind about certain shit, but the one thing I do care about is I always like to stay in a nice house, a nice Airbnb. Especially because I'm going to be working out of there as well, so I do want it to be quite nice. So I was paying quite a bit for Airbnbs, but if you wanted to cheapen it up a bit, you could easily live in Bali for like £2 a month. But like, you got to look at yourself as a person and think, is that realistic? Like for me, what was realistic was like 5k a month in Thailand. YouTube channel, there is only one person watching you right now. This is clearly an error. So many people are in the chat. Yeah, trust me, Wolf. That's what I actually thought it was real for a while. I was like, bro, why is there 20 people in this chat? But yeah, it's a lot more, man. Just had a -2 week last problem, reset it on a funder, but no problem. Yeah, no worries about that, bro. You'll get that back easy. You get that back easily, bro. After the sweep of liquidity on EU, should we look for buys? I'm looking for sells, bro. I'm waiting for price to come up for sells. If you did want to scalp, you could get on scalp buys now, though. I do think this order block's going to fail. I think it's a pretty safe bet that this order block's going to fail. So yeah, you could potentially get in on buys up to this high. It's going to be a bit of a risky one, but I think you could potentially jump on some short-term buys. See how we act off this order block now. Bear in mind, we're in between essentially 2 5-minute order blocks. We want to see which one we actually react off of and which one fails. If I just hide this, you'll be able to see a little bit clearer those 2 order blocks. If I missed any comments, boys, just put them in the chat again. Your stomach going to be turning. Yeah, but not if you eat good food, though. Rajasthan is the place for living like a king, really. Lots of places. In India, an income of 2,000 monthly would place you in the top 8% of the population. That's crazy. You go on Google. So to be in the top 1% in India, you need to be earning between 20 lakh and 55 lakh. What is 20 lakh in... That can't be right. They reckon you need to be earning 1.7 mil a year to be in the top 1%. Surely not. That can't be right, chat. Bro, is the helpline open? The trading helpline is open, chat. I've just opened it. Let me actually open the trading helpline. Right, the trading helpline is now open. Trading helpline is now open, boys. Oh shit, I just had a missed call on there. Right. The trading helpline's open now. My phone's on ring, so yeah, I'll be out of here, you man. Alright. Josh, you're on live. What are you saying, bro?
I'm good, mate. I'm fucking a bit bored, mate. I feel like all the moves recently have been happening just before London Open, and then I'm just fucking watching the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's been like that a bit.
I've been looking at GBP CHF as well, bro. And I was just wondering if you wanted to see it from my point of view, because I'm looking for buys too. but we're both looking at two different things, but both coming to the same conclusion. So it's pretty cool.
Well, what was you looking at?
So if you go in the 4-hour chart on GBP CHF,
Yeah.
the way I use market structure in my strategy is, can you see the low that was made at like 105.7?
105.7. Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, like kind of where your
yeah. What, this one here?
Yeah, so that would be my like higher low, and so that would be like an extreme point of like buying pressure, and any kind of open and close below there would then be a confirmation of a downtrend for me. So like whenever I'm looking for like a buying move, that would be like the optimal position would be around there, quite similar to you, which is quite cool.
What, to buy there, you mean? Like,
I'd be then looking for then my activation. But if we began to open and close below there on the 4-hour, that's when I would then swap my bias.
First. Yeah. But you can have it get taken on the 4-hour though, isn't it? Just not a close.
Yeah, it can be taken and then can wick up and then fail to open and close below and then continue to buy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks nice, bro.
Same with the USD JPY is an interesting place because I've also got a 4-hour level that's pretty close to being closed below. So I've got I'm pretty eyes on for a buy, but obviously the JPY is in an interesting spot where that's kind of bullish as well as the dollar at the moment.
Yeah, I don't like UJ, to be honest, bro. It's just too annoying with the yen being strong, the DXY being strong. It just don't really make sense. Sense.
Okay, finally, obviously I joined the signals group last night, so keen for that to get going. Obviously, because it's such a red folder week, is it going to be pretty risk off this week?
It may be a little bit. There should still be trades though. Majority of the moves are during the New York session. Yeah. So we should really still get a decent London session. We've got a pretty clear daily bias as well for a while, being bearish. So I think there should be a decent amount of trades, to be fair. We'll be careful, but yeah, it should be a good amount.
So the final one is with this 4-hour candle, if it closes bearish on Euro JPY, it would break into a downtrend for me. So I'll be looking for sales on EJ, and that's kind of the pair that I'm looking at for at the moment.
Yeah, I'd already be bearish on that, bro, to be fair. I don't think you really need to even wait for that break. But it's up to you.
I just want to wait for it. I almost entered a sell this morning, but it was just after two massive bearish 15-minute candles, and I was like, I probably wanted to see it retrace a little bit, maybe fill in one of the fair value gaps, and then continue the sell.
Yeah, it moved off the DTO nicely this morning, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. All right then, bro.
Bye, mate.
Take care, brother.
See you later.
Sweet, bro. The trading helpline is open, chat, if you do want to call to be on stream. You living good at least, bro? Yeah, man. Always living good, brother. Yeah, I've got domestic help, one for cooking and one for cleaning. Wait, what? Oh, mine is 36 lakh annual, still full broke. How much is a lakh then? How much is a lakh? Yeah, chat. I would say 35-year-old doing well in corporate startups earn 80 grand annually. That goes a long freaking way. Yeah, in India, that's crazy. That goes a mad long way. You can live like a king in India. That's why so many people send dough back there. It's just like, it's what you want, isn't it? Lou, do you have any tips regarding risk interview ACG? Nah, bro. I mean, you'll be sweet. You'll be sweet on there. Just explain your strategy. Your strategy obviously isn't gambling anyway, so you'll be absolutely fine, bro. Nothing to bug out about. Appreciate the gift, Gone. Big family or you alone? Holy alone. Nah, I wouldn't really. I ain't got a big family, but I'm not alone, bro. Alone's peak, bro. Makes it sound peak. Let's play one game of this. Where in God's green earth is this? Okay. Looks like we could be pushing up now on EU, boys. Just got to stay a little bit disciplined for this sell. Let me know. Is anyone jumping in scalp buyers? You could defo buy here, boys. I'm not going to lie. I do think this order block's going to fail. So you could defo look to jump in short-term buyers. Alright, this is going to be... Where the fuck is this, bruv? I would say America, but bro, America would build more shit, surely. Any languages? Oh my god. Is this Sweden? English sign. This has got to be America then. Scrap metal wanted. Yeah, this has got to be America. Where in America is this, chat? Do you have a vid explaining ALG? Yeah, bro. I'll tell you what. Booking a call. See, there's been a link in the chat just right now to book a call. Booking a call with me, bro, and we can sit down for 10 minutes or however long you want. 20 minutes, half hour. And I can just explain the ALG to you. I do have a lot of videos of it on YouTube. But as I said, man, you can book in a call for free. Chat to me for a little bit for free. So you may as well just book in a call, bro. Arizona or Colorado. Let's go Arizona. Let's go Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, it was Canada. It did look a little bit un-American. Okay, this is Russia. This is Moscow. Bro, I get this place all the time, this fucking country. City, whatever you call it. Saskatchewan. Bro, I was on it. No way you got that. How on earth did you get that, bro? What the fuck? Kansas or Kansas, wow. But yeah, boys, is anyone going for any buys? I think we've just... Yeah, we'll see if we invert it. Oh, we have actually inverted it already. Yeah, we have inverted it. So your entry really would have been on the tap of the 50% of that. Probably, hopefully, we'll go for another tap. But yeah, this would be your entry for longs. Stop loss, really. It's going to have to be tight because you're only aiming for this high here. That would be your trade right there. Again, very much a scalp trade, so be careful, but should really play out. You need to aim for a bit more though, chat. You can't be aiming for 6 pips. It's just ridiculous. So I would probably just aim for this fair value gap here. Just round it to 10 pips, to be fair, is what I'd do. That's what I'll be looking at, chat. Tractor. Is this England? Is this England? It's fucking beautiful, wherever it is. It's like a dreamland. Let's have a look at these bins, chat. Legend, okay. Mate, I do that every time. Bro, I always forget that Austrian... What do they speak in Austria? Is it just German? Is it just German? Area code 306, France. Yeah, we got cooked. Am I the only viewer? Yeah, apparently so, bro. Apparently so. Nah, YouTube's bugging. But yeah, that'll be the reversal trade that I'll be looking for. Bro, this is really not being easy on us, is it? This is Africa. Got a lot of goat, so I'm assuming they like curry goat. Got rubbish everywhere. Where in Africa is this, chat? Japan? This is fucking Japan. Surely this isn't Japan. He does not look Japanese. Where is this in Africa? Where is that in Africa? Is this tapped in? Germany, German. Oh, they do speak German. North Africa. Really? It's none of these. It ain't Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, or Egypt. I would go more south. Not gonna lie. By the government of Japan. Why is there so much? Japan Social Development Fund. Why have Japan just spent a load of money in this random place in the middle of nowhere? This is fucking bare weird. They've done this to try and trick us as well. And more Morocco? No, that's not Morocco. Moroccans aren't like black like that. I don't think. Congo, Rwanda, Limpopo, Kenya, Malawi. I don't think it's Kenya either. Okay, this is tapped in, chat. This is tapped in. Let's see how it plays. I don't think this is Kenya. It could be though. I'll go Kenya. It's the most comments. I'll go Nairobi as well. Yeah, man, it was fucking Ghana. Didn't think it looked like them countries. Actually, no one got it. This is Russia. This has got to be Moscow. This has to be Moscow. Fucking Georgia. Well, it was still Russia, but... Let me know, chat. Is anyone in on this or not? If not, then I won't bother drawing it. But it does look like a decent re-entry. I know a lot of people was looking for buyers. This is Mexico. Oh, Rio. I swear this is Mexico. It says it's Rio though, so I'm going to believe him. Bro, it said Rio. Surely this is not Rio, innit? This does not look like Rio. This looks like the most Mexican city in the world. Yeah, it is Mexico. Okay, I'm not going to believe the sign. I'm going to go with my gut that this is Mexico. I'm going to go Mexico City. What a guess. Rio, yeah. What you saying, Joseph? What you saying, bro? I'm in buyers on GU. Fair enough. We don't drive on the right. Oh shit, yeah. Did actually notice that. Mexico City, yeah, that's what I went with. Why do they keep giving us Russia? This has got to be Moscow. It's my third time going to Moscow. If this is not Moscow... bruv, it's this place again. What am I telling you about this place? We've had this place like 3 times already. How many countries you been to? Probably about 20 maybe. I don't think anyone's jumping in these buys, to be fair. It's kind of just consolidating. I mean, I'm just setting my limits and waiting for it to come up to this high. Up to this order block. I still want this as my main move. The XY does look like it could be in the start of a retracement though, so it does look kind of decent for us. Does look like this should come down. 24 for me, nice. This is what, Eastern India? Muslim, no. Is this Eastern India or where in India is this? I would go like Bengal. It's probably, it could be anywhere to be fair. Where in India is that? There's got to be some Indians on his stream. I've been looking for buys on Euro since last week Friday before the market closed. Why are you looking at buys, bro? I'm more looking at sells. Bangladesh. Boom, 6 miles, bro. Dhaka. How did you know that was Bangladesh, not India? Wasn't it the same language, or is that a different language? UK, UK. Oh, you gotta love the UK shouts whenever it's just India. Alright, chat, I do have to jump on with my members at 12. So at 12 I do the post-London stream, break down everything that we've seen from the London session. So I'm going to have to jump off soon. We will be running the live back at 12:30, boys. 12:30 we're going to be running the live back. I say we get one golden round. We're looking good. We could be, oh shit, we could be on a gold. We could be on a gold. This is the UK. This is the UK. I'm sure this is the UK. I'm going to go Leeds. Alright. Chat. We could be on a gold round. We could be on a gold round, chat. Oh my days. A gold round is fucking rare. I've had like 2 of them ever. You need to get them bang on. Right. This is France, right? Any French in here? Anyone French in here that can lock in and tell me whereabouts in France this actually is? I'm just going to guess with Paris if no one tells me. Whereabouts are we, chat? France. We're definitely in France. Anyone know where in France this is? We ain't got a massive amount to go off. Bit of graffiti. Where in France are we, boys? Who knows where in France we are? Right, surely this 5-minute order block doesn't play now. Near to Cayenne. Why? How did you even work that out? Why is this near Cannes? Not Cannes. Cayenne. I would have gone Paris on that. Why north? I would have gone north as well. I would have gone Paris or north, but let's just guess with this. Fuck it. Great guess. Oh, I would have gone Paris. Fuck! I would have gone Paris, bro. I told you Paris. That would have been gold round, like, fucking in the bag near enough if we actually... Oh, please don't be Russia. Not Russia or... Anywhere that's not Russia or South America. Russia or South America, we're cooked. Okay. Japan? No. Somewhere in Europe. I think this is France again. Ferdinand Buisson. This is Belgium. This is Belgium, right? Any Belgians in the chat? I know there's some Belgians in my com. I know there is. I think this is Belgium. Belgium's only a small little country anyway. Oh, mate, I can't believe that. I was going to go Paris, bro, as well. We would have got it bang on. Albany was near Cayenne. Oh, fair play. Scout buys on EU. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, bro. We could definitely have Scout buys on this. Yeah, by the way, chat, everyone's YouTube's buzzing. We got the Brazil 4K music playlist, which normally has 1,000 man on it 24/7. It's on 13 man, so YouTube's just bugging right now. Arras? Where the fuck's Arras? The post-London mentorship. What about it, bro? I'm just going to guess, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, I think we're cooked. Oh, bro, and then this. Right, we're going to have to get this very well. This is Southeast Asia, but where? Or is this like DR? This could be like DR. We're in a random stretch of road. It's not Thailand, because normally Thailand there's writing literally everywhere. Right, we have to get this. We have to get this. Where are you from, mate? Right. It looks a little bit... This is Indonesia, isn't it? And Indonesia is so hard to guess. So hard to guess. We're going to have to go off vibes here. It is Indonesia, but please just be writing somewhere. This kid's got a million toys. Why is there no writing? Oh, okay. Oh, no, it's not writing. We're on the coast. It could be Thailand, you know. But Thailand, you'd see writing by now. I'm sure you would. There's fucking literally writing everywhere in Thailand. Alright, well, let's get to this. Philippines? I don't think... Is it Philippines? Yeah, this is Thailand. This is Thailand. Oh, shit. This could be generational, chat. We're in Thailand. You ready, yeah, for the generational shout? Close. Ah, bro! Look how close he was to a gold. It's post-London live for mentorship. Yeah, bro, I'm about to jump on now. Oi, chat, look how close he was to that gold. Bro, that Paris shout would have won it for us. I locked in there with the Thailand thing. Oh, mate, someone locked in as well. Whoever said Bangladesh locked in, bro. That was a great shout from whoever that was. Oh, mate, the Paris one, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of the Belgium-France one that I thought that was Belgium. Anyway, chat, I'm going to jump off now. I appreciate all you tuning in. We haven't got the move we wanted yet, but we're still just waiting for the market to play out. As I said, we want the market to push up a little bit more, move up here, and then we're going to get that nice sell-off. So we're going to be waiting for that in the New York stream. We're going to be live for the New York session at 12:30. If you're watching on TikTok, boys, we're going to be live on YouTube at 12:30, right? So everyone go over to the YouTube channel, 12:30, and make sure you watch the live. It's going to be quality. We're going to find... This move's going to come through, boys. This move's going to come through. But my YouTube is Richesse FX. We do have mentorship and signals there, boys. But if you want to book in a call, just book in a call with us. Go on the Discord and book a call. I'm going to put a link in the Discord. As soon as I jump off live, I'm going to put a link in the Discord just for you lot to book a call. If any of you just want to sit down and ask me anything that you've asked, that you want to know about this stream or about the way I trade or about my strategy, anything at all, I'll put a link in the Discord right now for you lot to book a call. So you can ask me anything. If you are in a mentorship, I'm about to jump on the stream right now. And if you lot do want to get a funded account, the best firm in the game right now is Alpha Capital Group. And use code Richesse at checkout to get yourself 15% off of any accounts, boys. Send me a screenshot of you using Alpha Capital Group code and I'll get you in a mentorship or signals for free for 1 week. So everyone go lock in, use that code, boys. And then, yeah, if you're on live for the New York session, I'll see you there, 12:30 on YouTube. Appreciate all you lot Appreciate all you lot tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next live, people. Sweet, boys. Alright, decent live. Yeah, chat, YouTube was bugging today, but big up to everyone on the stream today. I'll have to actually check how many man was here, but I think it was quite a lot. Chat was going off. We had a lot of likes on the stream as well. Right now we are sitting at 2 viewers apparently, with a grand total of 96 likes. Not really too sure how that's managed to work itself out, but yeah, chat, I appreciate you man tuning in. If you're in the mentorship, I'll join the mentorship chat right now. But yeah, big up to everyone tuning in, boys. W community, you man all here for the Monday, which I rate. I was kind of going in on you, man, at the start, because I thought, bro, why is no one turning up on Monday? Like, it's a really important day. You lot were fucking here. You've seen what's gone on. You know what we're looking for the rest of the week. We are looking for this distribution move. First level's been hit. The CRT low's been hit. Now we are just waiting for this external low, which is, by the way, chat, another 70 pips. So there's definitely going to be moves to catch this week. So make sure you stay locked in, boys. And that is me done for the London session. I'll be there, New York stream. I'm going to be in the chat. And we're going to be there. So I appreciate everyone tuning in, boys. And I'll catch you in the next live, people. Big love. Sweet, everyone.